Everyone. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. And I wanted to thank you all for being here. I just wanted to have a quick little say hello and give a big thanks to all of my viewers who have been watching and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And I would really like to make a request again to you all. If you all would do me a favor, because we're really trying to grow the audience here and we're really trying to get out and really share a message with people as far as giving them the truth of what's really happening in the world of real estate in our own parts of town, in our own backyards. And I would really appreciate it if you all could just, share the word out there and let people know about Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. Would also like to request, if you would please, if you know anyone who you think would be a great guest on this show that is involved in the world of real estate, whether they're a realtor, whether they have to deal with home inspecting, anything along those lines, I would greatly appreciate you all just reaching out to me. And my direct number for texting is right up here. But with that said, I'll go ahead and get the show going, and then we're going to have a great guest coming up here.
Welcome to Real Talk with Real Estate Pros, where we bring you exclusive interviews with the real estate experts. We'll delve deep into their journey to success and learn how to go the extra mile to serve their clients' wants and needs. Let's dive in. Here's your host, John Money McKinley.
All righty, everyone. Thank you very much. We are back live here now. And I wanted to thank everybody for being here again on a Wednesday edition to the show. And this is Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. And I am working on trying to get everything working. We've been doing a lot of work here in the studio. We do have a big remodel going on. We know we had some technical audio issues in the past. And in the next coming weeks, you all are going to see a lot of changes around in the studio. This has been our old studio, basically back from the beginning of when I started this show. And we're moving into a fantastic new location. I know this may come as a surprise, but it's definitely going to be up here in the Woodlands, but I think the studio will look much better. But anyhow, with that all said, welcome to another live edition of Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. And as always, we bring on experts who are here to really share with us their insight on what's going on in the world of real estate. Because at the end of the day, we know the world of real estate has really changed a lot in the past couple of years as well as the past 10 years. And I really put this show together to get the information out there to people and bring you experts who can just tell us the facts and the truth about what's happening. Well, with all that said, I would like to bring on today's special guest. This is Shanita Brown. Hello, Shanita. How are you this morning? Oh, thank you very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And if you would, do me a favor, tell my audience, tell them about who you are and who you're with, and just kind of give us just a little intro into who Shanita Brown is and who she's with.
Awesome. Okay, so I am Shanita Brown. First and foremost, I'm a lover of Christ, right? So I just want to put that out there. That is my firm foundation, keeping Christ at the center of everything that I do. Aside from that, I am originally from New Jersey, and I've been here in Texas since '07. So my husband says I can claim to be a Houstonian. So I am a wife. I am a mother of 3 boys and 2 bonus daughters. And I've been in real estate now for 10 years. This actually makes my 10th year. April made 10 years for me. And I absolutely love being a realtor. I call it matching families to homes. And you want me to go into why I started into real estate now?
Yeah, I would love that. And I want people to really be able to know and get a good introduction and is into who you are. So once we start digging into what's really going on in the world of real estate here in the Houston and surrounding areas, they'll know exactly who is sharing this information with them, because I want people to know that I'm not bringing on actors here or celebrities here on the television. I'm actually
Right.
bringing real experts, and I can attest to this. Full confession here, Shanita and I we have worked together before in the past,
Yes.
and Shanita has done an incredible job at help her clients be able to get a home that makes them comfortable and happy. And as a matter of fact, we just got done helping a great young man out, not even 20, I don't even think he's 25 years old, and was able to get his first home. And it was incredible. It was a fantastic home that you found for him.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I would like to start off by saying I have always had like an entrepreneurial spirit. I remember even being in the third grade saying, I want to be an entrepreneur. Didn't know exactly what that meant, but I just knew I wanted to work for myself. And so when for me, what really got me into real estate was just wanting to provide an experience that I had when my parents was purchasing a home. John, I sent that picture to you, and you can probably share it later. But it was my parents bought this house, and I remember us pulling up probably right before closing, me not knowing what a closing day was at that time, but just pulling up on the outside of the house and hearing my parents say, "Hey guys, this is going to be our new home." And I still remember that now. I am 35 years old, and I still remember that right now, how I felt. And when I was home one day, I was with my children, Ethan and Emery at the time, and they were probably one and two. And I was just watching a realtor show, and I was like, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. I would love to be a part of the process for families. And that's really what ignited me to see what it took to become a realtor. And that was that was the start. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be a part of the home buying process for families, as well as when they're selling, right, when they're in different phases of their life. So I'm very big on relationships. And so coming into the business, I realized that I wanted to not just be in the business of selling homes, but to be in the business of relationships and growing with my clients. And so, yeah, that's how I got here. It's been 10 years, and I'm looking forward to more.
Nice. And that's one of the things too I noticed when you and I first met. It was with a mutual client, which
Yes.
is typically how a real just to kind of give everybody some inside baseball here on how real estate agents and lenders typically get connected. It's usually either by referral or by accident.
Yeah. That is true.
And one of our mutual clients together was using me as their lender, and then they let me know they were using Shanita as their realtor. And that was a definitely very interesting transaction that we went through. And it was great because Shanita was able to help navigate, how should I put it, the shark infested waters that we ran into on that transaction.
Hmm.
Don't want to disclose too much about our clients.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
and and it was great, and I really came to realize, okay, wait a minute, Shanita really does know what she's doing. This is somebody I would love to continue working with, because I know you kind of go at things the same way I do. Is, hey, look, at the end of the day, it's the people that we're helping either buy or sell real estate. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to know that we had those, the connections that brought us together, like the people on the outside that brought us together, it was amazing that it happened more than once. And so I was like, wow, when I got the call the second time, I was like, wait, John, oh my God. It was it's a small world. We know a lot of people that know a lot of people, and they just keep continue to bring us back together. So I I just thought that was so amazing when, because we had already been working together. So then when I got, hey, Shanita, guess I'm like, wait a minute, John McKinley, and then you're like, wait, I know Shanita Holloway, but who is Shanita Brown?
Yeah, because because I had initially known you as Shanita Holloway, and
Right.
then I was like, wait a minute. I looked up the number. I looked into my CRM. I was like, wait a minute. I know her, and I told the client. I said she is a fantastic agent. You have the correct. You have the correct person. She's going to take
Yeah.
good care of you, and it's been a fun time working with you. It's also been very rewarding because we're able to help people. And in a couple of the cases where you and I have been working together, both of those folks have been first time home buyers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And being able to, I think it's such a good component when you have a lender and you know the style of the lender and how you work. So it kind of allows me to kind of be at peace knowing, okay, look, you're in really good hands when you're with John. So just to be able to work with you, not just once or twice, but I get to just kind of let you take the wheel, like, and not have to worry about anything. And knowing, like I said, that the clients, that you have their best interest at heart. And one thing that I really, really love when it comes to working with you is that no matter what we're facing, you just get through it. I don't know. When I just look back, like I said, without disclosing too much, when I just look back at certain obstacles that we've had to overcome, it's like, wow, it was done. It got done. So I just, you're not, it's hard to find lenders like you. So I really appreciate everything that you bring to the transaction, not just, like I said, for closing, but for the best interest of the client. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Anita. I really appreciate that. That means a lot, especially coming from an agent with as much experience as yourself. And I know you have, and that's something we'll get into here in a little bit. I know you have a lot of happy families that we're going to show some evidence of that here shortly. That you have been able to help in showing them that, hey, guess what? No matter what you're hearing on that television anymore, you too can still have the American dream of home ownership.
That's right. You can. And the beautiful thing about it is being able to call clients that closed the house maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, and they're still so excited about their purchase, right? That day, that closing day is still the highlight of their life. And that is why I continue to keep my relationships. I continue to reach back and, hey, how's everything? How's the family? To see pictures like when they closed and their babies were like 4 and 5, and now see them and they're in high school. And it's like, oh my gosh. And they're still in the house and they're still enjoying their home. That's what it's all about for me. It's like I said, it's not just about closing. It's the fact that you're literally changing someone's lifestyle when you help them get into a house.
Nice. Well, with that said, I'm just going to show a little something here. And this is something that you put together, and it really gives people a really good vision of who you are and what you're truly about. And I've got to give you a big shout out. Is you have really over the past just 3 weeks now, I have seen some of the things you've done. And full disclosure here, Shanita did come to my class that I have on how to really use more in this world that we're changing into, where there's a lot more stuff done digitally and online. And I got to give you a big round of applause for just grabbing that information in that 3 day class that you took with Don and I. And I'm blown away. And I'm like, you know what? Shanita is really going to be able to get your message out there and share with people all over Houston and surrounding areas about the wonderful things you can do to help them with buying and selling of real estate.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I also have to, it's funny this picture is up. I have to give kudos to my husband too, because he's always like super supportive in regards to digital technology and graphics and things of that nature because I have so many tools. And I think I shared this with you too, John. Like, I have a mic, I have this, I have that. But sometimes I do not use it. And so when I was sitting through that 3 day class with you and Don, and then I'm listening to what my husband was saying as well. You know how somebody tells you something over and over again, but then you watch something else and it kind of triggers. So it's like, I do have these tools and I do need to start using them. So thank you for inviting me to that workshop. It was extremely helpful and eye opening and just, reassuring of what needs to be done. So, yes.
Well, and that's great to hear because unfortunately in America today we're kind of living in a time where the family it just doesn't even seem to be there anymore. And we can see right here with your family here. I mean, you're a family that works together. Not saying you've never had any troubles or difficulty because that's just life. But when you have a husband who is there to support you and help you along with what you're doing, with you being there as well, supporting your husband and supporting your family, and you can see your children there. I'm going to take a wild guess and say your children do quite well in school and are out being young men or young boys growing into young men, aren't they?
Yes, and I don't know if I told you this. I think I have, but I homeschool my boys, and so yes, they
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
I
You're
homeschool
keeping
my
them out of
boys.
the indoctrination camps. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I apologize. I do not want this video to be struck down on YouTube.
I know, huh?
Did he say indoctrination camps? That's a strike.
Right, exactly. Ban him. Quiet him up. Yeah, so but we've been homeschooling my boys since they were in kindergarten. They did go to pre-K 3, pre-K 4, so they had some experience being in a classroom for a short period of time. But I realized one, they were in school a long time. They were gone from 7 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon. And I just thought, oh my God, I don't even want to be in the office that long, and I'm an adult. So I could just imagine kids being combined to a classroom that long. For one, I missed them so much. And two, I didn't want to lose all that time with them. I'm like, the teacher's gonna know my kids better than me. I want to, So I decided, and I prayed about it, talked to my husband about it, and he, like I said, he's always super, super supportive of anything that I want to do. He figures out a way to help me accomplish that. So I'm really thankful. But yeah, I've been homeschooling my kids, and it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy, but it's certainly worth it.
That is awesome. That is so great to hear, and I love hearing that. And you may have told me this before, but I don't think we talked about it too much. But that is, thank you for refreshing my memory about that, because that is phenomenal. And I'm going to take a wild guess and bet your children are much above the level of the average student in school today because you're taking the time to actually give them the information they need and the education they need so they can grow up to be productive young men in society and make things happen.
Yes, and then their dreams and their visions are so like far, right? From where I mean, like I said, I remember it being in third grade wanting to be an entrepreneur, but to hear how they talk and how they see things, it's like, wow, this is what happens when you allow them to just have a free mind. And then I can pour into them what they need based on what they're showing interest in. So that's another thing that I really love about homeschool.
Nice. That is fantastic.
I will tell you, they're always like, okay, I want this house. This is the next house. So that's the only other things. Like every time we go to different houses, different communities, it's like, whoo, they keep me on my toes because I can't just rest with them. But I
That's
appreciate it.
No, thank you. And yeah, I'd like to kind of dive back in here a little bit more so people
Sure.
can get a little bit better idea. And once again, I kudos on this great little introduction here that you put together and really kind of shows. And there's another set of happy family of clients of yours that you've helped out. Oh, and by the way, this is Shanita's direct number. You can
Yeah.
call or text her on this. And if you want to be able to get a hold of Shanita, ask any questions, please feel free to give her a call as well too. I
Yeah.
highly encourage that.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
And here's another happy client.
And if
Now,
you can go back to that last one,
okay.
this particular client, we met 1 year, right?
Hmm.
We met 1 year at a Starbucks, and she was just talking about her desire to want to purchase a home, and she wanted to like map it out. And we're probably a year or two out where she was like just planning. And so I love this reminder that even if you're not ready right now, you can start preparing for it, right? This particular client, and we still chat, we still text every now and then, but this particular client was just very one nervous about the home buying process, but also wanted to dot her I's, cross her T's, and she managed to buy a home. So I always like follow up with her, check on her, just see how she's doing. But she's always still so excited about it and enjoying her home. So yes.
That is great to hear. And that's another thing too I'd like to let everybody know is you may not be in a position to where you can buy a home today for whatever reason. It could be
Exactly.
credit, it could be money, it could be job history.
Yeah.
However, until you really get with a set of experts and
Yeah.
professionals that can really give you a true consultation and
Hmm.
sit down with you and meet with you face to face to find out what you and your family are wanting to do and accomplish in home ownership, you'll never know.
That's right.
And I know this, and Shanita, I sure you know this. You run into some folks that they find out they have some obstacles they have to overcome and some challenges.
Yes.
And some of them will just put their head down and walk away sad and mad at the world.
Yeah. It
But
happens.
when we have those clients that say, okay, I know I got some stuff to work on, I kind of figured that. Give me a map, give
That's
me
right.
a blueprint of
That's right.
what can I do to do this. And that's great to hear and let everybody know you are one of those realtors out there that will actually work with clients and go, okay, we're not ready today, but we're going to help you with a game plan.
Right. That's right. That's right. And when you said that, just it's so important that when a client even like when they know that they're not in a position to purchase a home, right? You have to be that light for them. You have to be that person that's willing to encourage them and check on them, hold them accountable, be their accountability partner in so many words, and just say that it's okay, right? Let's put a blueprint, let's put a plan together, and let's talk about that process. But there have been times where a client may have received negative feedback from a lender or even a real, oh, you're not ready. Okay. If you tell somebody that they're not ready, that's fine. But give them hope. Give them, hey, it's okay, right? Because it's a lot, the home buying process, and it's a lot that comes with it. And I find myself being a therapist, being a minister through the process, being a friend, being a prayer partner. Like I find myself like rotating hats. Okay, what do I need to be today? A cheerleader? Okay, what do I need to be? Like, so it's just it's all like it's a blessing to be a part of the process. I would definitely say that.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. You know,
Yeah.
are we a realtor today? Are we a cheerleader today? Are we
Right.
a psychiatrist today?
Yes.
And it's such a large gambit that we have to go through to be able to
Yes.
guide our clients through the home buying process. Because at the end of the day, it's one of the most complex transactions that anybody will be involved in.
That is so true. That is so true. I wish I had sent this first video to you. That was the thing I said. I said, you're not buying a pair of shoes. You're buying a house. And
Yep.
it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Oh, there's just so much that goes into the home buying process, and
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely want to share some more stuff here because I know you were also talking about what really got you into real estate to begin with was this home here. Am I correct on
That
that?
home,
This home here?
that, that home right there, that home right there, 1540 Center Street, Hillside, New Jersey. That was my family's home. What, I remember remembering that, okay, we're about to change schools. I could just remember walking in that house afterwards and just the different the seasons of life, six, going through middle school and high school and prom and all of that. And so, like I said, this particular experience when my parents bought this house, just wanting to be that person for another family. I'm all about family. Like that is my foundation. And so, yes, it's an experience that I will never forget. And I wanted to make sure that I made other people's, experiences memorable like that. So, yeah. And I have more videos to come just showcasing the different families that have gone through the process and purchased their home. And you could just see the excitement on their faces, on their children's faces. It's just amazing. I still get calls literally to this day. Clients calling me, Shanita, you don't know what impact you made for my family. You helped my family. And me, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just selling the house. But no, it's so much. I feel like a house brings your family together. You're together, you get to create these new memories, these new experiences. And it's a big milestone
I mean,
and I'm happy to be a part. So I know sometimes the market goes up, it goes down, but when you remember why you're in it, you just roll with it. You figure out a way you know, to still go through the process and help your clients and still give them the best experience possible, no matter what.
exactly. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, the home is such a important part of family.
That's right.
Where
That's
do
right.
you gather around for holidays?
That's right.
You
You
gather
know,
around someone's home, at someone's home typically.
yes. Them backyard barbecues and seafood broils and all those different experiences, Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner, trick or treat. And I think the first year, even buying and going trick or treating and all those different things, it's centered around the home. It's centered around the home. And I love it. I love it. Um, it's big.
When people are actually able to own the home and have a place that they can call home themselves, it's such a different experience for them
It really is.
because now they have something that's theirs, okay? And I understand there's plenty of renters out there that are good renters and take care of the homes they live in and take care of the neighborhoods they live in. I'm not saying there's not. But at the end of the day, when you have that home ownership, you have
Yeah,
that you take in that and go, hey, this is something that we were able to put together and get, and now you have a place for your family, some
right,
place that you're actually building equity in,
right.
memories in,
That's right.
and you don't have to worry about, oh, a year from now is the landlord going to raise the rent or
Right.
whatever else could happen at the mercy of the landlord.
That's right. That's right. And it's funny you say that about the landlord raising the rent, right? One of my first experiences with a real with a buyer was actually with an investor. And I called, he had a sign out and it was a for sale sign. And I just happened to call him. And he's like, well, I'm gonna work this on my own. I don't need a realtor, but hey, I'm looking to buy one. Buy, another investment property. And I said, okay, great. Can I assist you with that? He said, absolutely. So we go and we're looking at this house and it was a really good deal. We walk in this house and there's a family there. And the mother goes on to say, I've raised my children here. Now my grandchildren are here. And she's like, and now the landlord is selling the home. So she's been there 20 years, 20 plus years. Okay. And so this is her home. This is what she knows to be her home. But the landlord is deciding that it's time for him to sell the property. And so
Hmm.
now my client is like, there's no way I can buy this house and uproot this family from this house. So he literally did not purchase that house because he did not want to uproot this family. But from my standpoint, how I viewed it as, this is why we have to buy homes. This is why you have to buy a home, because you can get so settled into a place that's not yours. And then a landlord at any time can decide, hey, I'm going to sell it, or the landlord could pass away and the family sells it. And now you have to uproot your family. Now, that can happen when you purchase a home. You know, we see property taxes increase and things of that nature. But like you mentioned, there's equity, right? So you have more of a reason to stay in your own home and push through and persevere than you do as a tenant.
Exactly, exactly. And like I said too, it means more because then you can really start making that home yours. You can
That's right.
start going in and doing remodeling if you'd like, changing
Yeah,
the paint colors, doing stuff in the front yard, doing stuff in the backyard where if you're a tenant, there's really not a you really don't have a lot that you can do with it.
that's right. That's right.
And,
That's true. And any improvements you do to the house is beneficial to the landlord, but other than that,
and he's definitely not going to give you any credit for the improvements you do.
not at all. Not at all. He's like, well, thank you.
Well,
Appreciate
Shanita, I have really enjoyed you being here, and we are coming to the top of the hour now, and I got the producer tapping on the window, going, "Hey,
it's time.
yes, but please,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?" And I'm going to go back here to this as well and show your contact information, but please tell people how they can get a hold of you because I really want people to be able to reach out to you and talk with you and find out about what their options are for buying or selling real estate and speak with an expert like yourself that can really take the time to guide them properly, not just trying to sell them a home or get their home sold, but really give them some guidance so they can make an informed decision when it comes to their real estate needs.
Okay, well, the first thing is you can call me, and I'm going to actually sing a song that I used to teach my kids so that they would always remember my number. And it goes 832-382-4579. And they would say, and that's my mommy's number, but that's your realtor's number. Okay, so that's the number that you can use to call me. You can call or text, whichever is your preference. On Instagram, it's Matching Families to Homes. And on Facebook, it is Shanita Holloway Realty Team. You can find me there. So again, the number, I'm not going to sing it to you again, but it's 832-382-4579. And then Instagram is Matching Families to Homes. Yes, John.
I got to ask you this. You got
Yes.
to sing it for us one more time, but do me
More
a
time.
favor. I want no, seriously, because I'm going to chop this up and give you a beautiful piece that so people can know who the realtor of choice is and let us know and then sing the song real kind of do a little intro like that. I would love that because that was perfect. I loved it.
Awesome, awesome. So I used to have my kids sing out my phone number so that they would always remember it. So I'm gonna sing it as they would sing it, then I would sing it for you when you're thinking about your realtor. Okay, so it goes 832-382-4579. And that's my mommy's number. So this is what you're gonna sing. 832-382-4579. And that's my realtor's number.
I love it, Shanita. I love it.
Yes, thank you, John.
That is perfect. Well, thank you so much. I have really enjoyed you being on the show today. And please, I would love to have you back on in the future, to share with us some more information about what's happening in the world of real estate. And with that said, I'm going to bid you goodbye. And
Bye, John. Thank you so much for having me. It was truly a pleasure, and I look forward to being invited back again. Thank
thank
you.
you so much. I appreciate it. And
Bye
once
bye.
again, This has been another edition of Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. Every week, we're on here at 11:30. We are on Facebook Live. We are on YouTube Live as well. Please, I encourage you, like, share, subscribe to my channel. And please, if you know anybody that is a real estate expert that you think would be a great guest on the show, there's my text number. Shoot me a text with their information. I would love to reach out to them and give them a call. With that said, y'all have a great day. Thank you.